In the infinite flow of time, we sometimes forget that our souls are like grains of sand in the desert, always needing a moment of stillness to settle and find peace beneath the moonlight. The most beautiful journey is not to new lands, but the journey back to oneself, where warmth always exists. In every gentle breath, let the worries of today vanish into the void, making room for a sanctuary of tenderness where you are allowed to let go of everything, to rediscover your purest self. Welcome back to the space of stillness. Before we begin our journey to the remote Kutch Desert, home to cozy Bhunga houses, I want you to take a few precious moments to care for yourself. If you find these stories helpful for your sleep, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so we can accompany each other every quiet night. Your presence is an invaluable encouragement to me. Now, find your most comfortable position on your familiar bed, perhaps lying on your back, arms resting gently by your sides, or on your side, if that feels best. Ensure your pillow is at the right height. Your warm blanket is draped lightly over you, and the surrounding space is dark enough for your eyes to begin to close. Start with a very slow breath. Inhale through your nose, feeling the cool air pass through your nostrils, filling your chest. Then exhale very slowly through slightly parted lips. Each time you exhale, imagine you are releasing an invisible burden onto the mattress. The mattress beneath you is so soft, it supports your entire body weight firmly and safely. You no longer need to hold onto anything. You are here in your room, completely safe and protected. Let's perform a relaxation scan from the top of your head to your heels. Direct your attention to your forehead. Let the muscles there smooth out, as still as a lake, without a single ripple. Your eyebrows, which often knit together with daytime thoughts, now loosen and move slightly apart. Your eyes, weary from a long day, are now sinking deep into their sockets, weightless beneath closed lids. You need to see nothing now but soft, hazy colors in your mind. Continue down to your jaw. Let your teeth part slightly, your tongue resting naturally. Feel the relaxation spread to your neck and shoulders. Your shoulders are now melting, sinking deeper into the bed. All the stiffness and fatigue accumulated there are leaving with your breath. A warm sensation begins to spread from your shoulders down your arms, through your elbow to your fingertips. Do you feel a slight tingling in your fingertips? That is the sign of relaxation, soaking deep into every cell. Now, listen to your heartbeat, a steady, resilient, and peaceful rhythm. Your chest rises and falls gently with each breath. Each inhale brings freshness. Each exhale carries away worries. Let the relaxation flow down to your abdomen, then your hips. Feel your legs, the legs that have traveled so many miles today, now resting completely. Thighs, knees, calves, and finally feet. Everything is becoming pleasantly heavy. You feel your body like a soft cloud of cotton, merging into the space around you. In this silence, the ticking of the clock seems to slow down. External sounds, the wind rustling through leaves, or distant traffic, all become a faint background melody that cannot disturb your inner peace. You are receding from the world of numbers, plans, and conversations. You are approaching a land of dreams where time holds no meaning. Imagine standing before a rustic wooden door. This door leads to a long hallway where the pale yellow light from oil lamps emits a gentle herbal scent. Each step you take is light and silent. With every step, you feel lighter and more serene. You are leaving behind the noise of the city and cold glass skyscrapers. You are heading toward the sunset, where the Kutch Desert awaits you with the embrace of Mother Earth. The environment around you begins to change. The air becomes drier, but carries a strange warmth, the warmth of golden sunlight that has soaked into the earth all day, now slowly radiating as night falls. You begin to hear the very faint clinking of camel bells from afar. The sound is not harsh, but rather like a rhythmic lullaby, inviting you into another world, the world of round bunga houses and pure hearts. You feel your mind now like a soft silk ribbon fluttering in the wind. There is no rush, nothing to prove. You are simply existing in absolute harmony with yourself and the universe. Let this feeling of tranquility envelop you like a warm cocoon. We will go deeper into that desert space where every house is a story, and every story is a healing medicine for the soul. Continue to maintain that steady breath, gently, softly, deeply. You are doing very well. Your body is ready for a long journey in the mind, a trip to find what was lost and to realize that sometimes what we seek has been inside our hearts all along. Let me guide you in the absolute peace of tonight. As your mind fully relaxes, let me take you away from this reality, across oceans and mountains, to rest at the frontier of Western India, the sun-drenched and wind-swept Kutch Desert. This is a place where time seems to have chosen to slow down, making way for the eternal values of the land and its nomadic people. You are standing in a vast expanse where the horizon is unobstructed by any building. Only a brilliant band of orange gold from the sunset, gradually turning into the mystical indigo of night. Beneath your feet, it is no longer a wooden floor or cold tiles. You are standing on fine, warm sand. The feeling of sand sliding between your toes is tender, like a greeting from Mother Earth. In the distance, the Bhunga houses appear. Look at them closely in your mind. These houses are perfectly round, with thick, dry thatched roofs, rising like giant mushrooms in the heart of the salt desert. That circular shape is not accidental. It is the result of ancient wisdom, helping the house stand firm against desert storms and earth tremors. You approach a Bhunga house. Its walls are made of mud mixed with straw and dung, creating a thick, perfectly insulated shell. During the day, when the desert sun scorches outside, the interior remains cool, as if a breeze is passing through. And when night falls, as the biting desert cold settles in, those walls radiate the warmth they accumulated, cradling the people inside. Gently push the small wooden door to enter. Immediately, you will be overwhelmed by an unexpectedly delicate and brilliant beauty. This is not just a place to live, it is a giant work of art. On the deep brown mud walls, thousands of tiny mirror pieces of all shapes, circles, diamonds, triangles, are meticulously hand set. This is the traditional Lepan-kam art. Under the flickering light of the central hearth, these mirrors sparkle like thousands of stars fallen from the night sky. They reflect the light, making the interior space feel more mystical and vast than ever. The scent inside this Bhunga house is special. It is a blend of the earthy aroma of dry straw, the stoic scent of clay, and a hint of camel milk warming on the charcoal stove. There is also the warm smell of masala spices from freshly baked bajra rotlo. Everything creates a scent of coming home, a feeling of absolute security that you can hardly find anywhere else. You find yourself sitting on a hand-woven rug with vibrant patterns. The fabric feels slightly coarse but very warm under your palms. Around you are simple yet vivid objects. Terracotta jars holding cool water, piles of hand-embroidered fabrics with the exquisite needlework of Rabari women. The fire from the hearth dances on the mud walls, creating soft, shifting shadows. Outside, the desert wind begins to blow harder, whistling through the door cracks. But inside this round house, you don't feel the slightest vibration. The sound of the wind only enhances the peace within. The rhythmic clinking of bells from the camel corral nearby sounds like a wordless melody lulling you to sleep. It is the sound of resilient life, of people who have learned to live in harmony with harsh nature. In this place, there are no phone rings, no social media notifications, no pressures of time or money, only you, your breath, and the silence of the desert. You feel like a part of this land, as sturdy as the Bhunga house, and as free as the sand blowing in the wind. Let this space envelop you. Let the light from those sparkling mirrors wash away the weariness in your soul. In this cozy desert room, you are protected from all the storms of life. You are preparing to enter a story of love, resilience, and the journey of self-discovery of a girl with the soul of the sand. Close your eyes, listen to your breath, merging with the breath of the Kutch Desert, and get ready to meet Amrita, the soul of this white salt land. Everything is ready, and you are exactly where you belong, in the dim yellow light of the oil lamp inside the Bhunga house. The story of Amrita begins to emerge like a meticulously embroidered tapestry, where every stitch is a sentiment and every mirror shard a silent tear. Amrita, a girl of the Kutch region, grew up with the wind whistling through sand dunes and the rich aroma of camel milk. Her life was decided at age 8, when 2 families made a vow, binding her to Divraj, her childhood sweetheart, with a smile as bright as the morning sun. When Amrita was 14, a wedding filled with the vibrant sounds of the Jodia power flute took place. She entered Divraj's house in a jet black Gagra dress and her first Drajva tattoos on her hands, eternal marks testifying to the maturity and loyalty of a Rabari woman. But happiness was fleeting. Right after the wedding, Divraj went to the city to study, taking Amrita's soul with him, leaving her with an empty house and 2 elders to care for. For 4 long years, Amrita lived in weary waiting. Before dawn could even tint the white salt dunes of the desert pink, she was awake to light the fire. Her small hands soon became calloused from kneading bajra dough and milking hundreds of camels, she hid herself in thick fabric to endure the scorching sun, quietly shouldering all the heavy labor in place of her absent husband. At night, under the sparkling mirrors on the wall, she embroidered clothes for Devraj, pouring all her love and hope into them. But the calls from the city grew infrequent, and Devraj's voice became cold and distant, like the winter desert wind. The peak of her pain was when Amrita decided to go to the city to find him. With a bag of home-cooked bread and a heart full of hope, she appeared in modern Ahmedabad like an alien entity amidst skyscrapers and bustling crowds. Amrita, in her traditional attire and ancient tattoos, became the focus of ridicule, and bitterly the one who despised her most was Devraj. He was ashamed of her presence, viewing the marriage as a shackle, hindering his freedom. The words, "Go home and sign the papers of freedom," shattered Amrita's heart right on the noisy city street. But Amrita did not collapse. Returning to the desert, she did not choose the role of a victim. She realized that if that man saw her identity as a burden, she would turn that identity into strength. She began her journey of self-liberation, not by discarding the past, but by cultivating knowledge. Herding camels by day, she studied by the light of an oil lamp. At night, she studied veterinary science, learning to heal livestock through a combination of traditional herbs and modern medicine. From an abandoned girl, she became the doctor of the desert, the most respected person in the Kutch region. 2 years later, when Devraj returned amidst the failure and emptiness of the city, he no longer saw a melancholy wife waiting for him. He saw a radiant, confident Amrita standing against the endless horizon. She didn't need his divorce papers to be free, for she had been free in her soul for a long time. Devraj realized with shock that the tattoos he once called weird were actually a magnificent cultural map, and the woman he once pushed away was the one who possessed a whole sky of knowledge and tolerance. Devraj's redemption began in silence. He shed his city boy persona, wrapped a white feta turban, and followed Amrita to learn how to herd camels. He used his technological knowledge to help her build the largest mobile veterinary station in the region. They began to find each other again, not through an old childhood promise, but through understanding and appreciating each other's true values. On the white sands of the Kutch Desert, Two once lost souls found their way home, where love was no longer about possession, but about resilient companionship. The story of Amrita and Devraj reminds us that a person's value does not lie in their outer shell or the glitz of the city. National identity and roots are not barriers, but the sturdiest anchors for us to reach further. True freedom only comes when you have enough knowledge to master your life and enough pride to love what belongs to your essence. When you find the horizon in your own pocket, no wall can block your steps. As the final words of Amrita and Devraj's story slowly settle, let your mind be like a plume of incense smoke gently floating, dissolving into the quiet space of the Bhunga house. The images of the Kutch Desert, the camel herds, and the sparkling mirrors are no longer specific details now. They begin to fade, transforming into pure sensations of peace and warmth. You are still lying there in the embrace of your small room. Feel the intersection between the warmth of the hearth in the story and the softness of the blanket draped over you. The boundary between reality and dream becomes thinner than ever. The distant sound of the Jodia power flute in your mind now merges with your own steady breathing, creating a soothing rhythm, taking you away from the world of thoughts. Imagine the fire in the Bhunga house getting smaller and smaller. The orange gold flames dancing on the mud walls are now just soft pink embers, then slowly turning into silent grey ash. The darkness covering the room is not scary. It is a velvet darkness, cool and full of protection. The mirror shards on the wall no longer reflect bright light. They only sparkle discreetly, like distant stars guarding your sleep. All thoughts of the past, of hurts, or lessons of knowledge are vanishing. You don't need to remember anything, nor analyze anything anymore. The story has fulfilled its mission to soothe your heart now. Only a restful emptiness remains. You feel your body weightless, like a small grain of sand cradled by the desert wind, drifting buoyantly in the vast air. The air around you seems to thicken pleasantly. Every breath out is a time you let go of a bit more consciousness. The heavy sensation in your eyelids is so pleasant now, you no longer want to open them. You are diving deep beneath the water of silence, where there is no sound, no bright light, only a protective deep blue. The presence of the outside world has completely receded. The worries of tomorrow, the unfinished tasks, have all been left outside the wooden door of the Bhunga house. Here, in this moment of intersection, you are just a resting soul, preparing to merge into the vast universe. Let yourself melt completely into this silence. No more you, no more story, only a gentle flow of pure existence. Let sleep come naturally. The way the sun sets behind the dunes, you are drifting as gently as possible. Now everything has completely fallen into silence. The Kutch Desert outside has fallen asleep under the starry sky, and so has your mind. You are standing at the threshold of the deepest, best sleep you have ever had. No more images, no more language, only the feeling of absolute security enveloping your entire body and soul. Feel the restful heaviness spreading through every muscle. You are like a small grain of sand that has found a resting place. After a long day of blowing in the wind, you no longer have to try. You no longer have to go anywhere, and you no longer have to be anyone. You are simply dissolving into this infinite silence. Sleep is approaching like a warm and soft mist, slowly wrapping around you, taking you into the space of the most peaceful dreams. Each of your breaths now is a whisper of rest. Sleep well, relax, sink deep as your consciousness drifts further away, like the sound of camel bells disappearing at the horizon. You are in a cocoon of safety where every storm stops outside the thick mud walls of the Bhunga house. You are loved, you are protected, and you deserve this complete rest. Your heart beats slower, steadily, in rhythm with the gentle breath of Mother Earth. Tonight, allow yourself to sleep a truly deep sleep. Let tomorrow's tasks wait for tomorrow. For now, only peace occupies the space. You are diving very deep into the ocean of stillness. There is no light there, only the comfort of the void. It feels so good, so gentle, so free. Before you completely fall asleep, I want to thank you for allowing me to accompany you on tonight's journey. If you love this space, remember to come back and interact with the channel. Leave a small message when you wake up, or simply share your feelings, or your connection is the motivation for me to continue creating healing spaces like this. But that is for when you wake up. For now, let go completely. Let this velvet darkness embrace you. Deep sleep. Sleep very deeply. Sink into a sound sleep. Peace. Good night.